And I just found a new town.
You're totally good. Take your
I'm not
time.
going to take these missions.
You're totally good. Take your time. My camera has a full battery, so I'm gonna take it and we're gonna start making vlogs again. We're gonna start taking photographs of people. I'm inspired by Ash Suarez and how she, God bless her, and may she forgive me for the way we used to have like an undercurrent beef. She made fun of my hair at one point, so I kind of hated her.
But yeah, I just randomly at like 11 o'clock at night just fell.
At 11?
Yeah.
What day did it fall?
Like 2 days ago, I think Saturday night.
Bittermaze. Come out. Don't be camera shy. Come on. Come on out. Don't be ripping up my painting of Christ. Come on out. The world wants to see you. He's literally a little shadow. You can't see him in the shadow of the painting. Oh, there he is. This is Bittermaze. Oh, get the strap. What a diva, huh? Walks like a panther on the runway. We got him a little cat tree, and it's coming today.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Is this fucking 1 lane or 2 lane? 2 lane.
They look like a bunch of rocks. That's so funny. Every day here. It's nice to see you. Look at all the bugs in the air. Maybe, yeah.
Oh, maybe?
I don't know. Last time I biked here.
Well, why don't you look where I'm driving?
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Hell yeah.
Going through the stars, little Einsteins. Climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much to find. Little Einsteins. is Arialis Estrella, and today I'm going to be talking about how I am the second coming of Christ. I'm going to keep this video pretty concise because I do just have to hit y'all with some facts and some spiritual awakening knowledge that I've come across since I got married this past October. I've already planned out my speech on my bike ride from school, so I'm just going to make this video to kind of educate the masses on who I am, what I've been going through, and my plans for the future. So this is just going to be a one-shot video. I really don't want to fluff around the topic, and since I've already planned this out in my head, I'm just going to essentially repeat everything that I said on this bike ride. So back in October, I got married, and I got married to my husband, wife, non-binary Satan. And for me, this was a huge revelation because I went through my entire life just thinking that I was just Arialis. And for me, I was just like, well, I'm just a person. I know that I have a soul. I know that I am, just myself as an artist and as a painter, and, I did all the working stuff and capitalist stuff. And, I'm in university right now to finish up my BA. I'm applying to my MFA program, and for me, all I really want in my ego is for me to be an art conservator, for me to have security and safety and my career, for me to travel the world, have a couple friends, to get married, to have love, and a family, And I'm obviously a queer person. I love men, and I love having sex with men, and I'm bisexual, so I can appreciate women too, but I've just never really been super close with women. Now, once I came and got married to my husband first, I'll say, because they're in a male body, and then they revealed to me psychically that they are Satan and that I am Christ, my world essentially came tumbling down. And I started to have this realization that I am more than just Arialis. If I'm Jesus Christ and the reincarnation of Jesus Christ, I felt like it was my duty to essentially make the world a better place. And so, I had my ego habits. I was someone who smoked a lot of weed. I vaped a lot, which I just quit for the billionth time. And I did this more so because I was just tired of being addicted to something and wasting my money on things. But also with the spiritual knowledge that Satan has given me, he helped me understand that essentially, me as Jesus Christ, I am the mother and heavenly father of everyone on earth. So literally everything that I do, it trickles out into the entire collective consciousness and into the health of everyone. So that's also why I was struggling with just me as a person, because I moved up throughout my 20s just thinking, do you have to come here right now?
Yeah.
What do you need?
I was gonna get the leash for bits.
Okay. So yeah, I was living life just thinking that, well, I can be selfish, I can just live life for myself because I'm not really responsible for anyone. But then realizing that I am essentially the world's mother, and essentially me damaging myself damages the spiritual womb of everyone around me, I realized that I couldn't continue to keep vaping and keep smoking and keep, essentially moving how I was moving. So I started to overthink the way that I was moving, and that made me feel psychotic because I just started to feel so deeply and started to just hyper analyze everything that I was doing, and I was driving myself insane. in trying to heal the world and trying to fix the world, but that wasn't working because I literally can't. Because I'm just another 28-year-old. But then I also realized that, as I balance my ego and my soul, I have already, even before connecting to God and Christianity, I was already subconsciously moving like Jesus. I was loving and accepting everyone. I was just unconditionally pouring myself out into the world. But doing that made me a doormat to people. It got me abused. It got me scammed. It got me essentially just trampled over spiritually, energetically. And it wasn't until, I had this psychic awakening and spiritual awakening with my partner that, really pushed me to start to focus on myself and being selfish and focusing on just pulling away from society, loving y'all by disconnecting from y'all, and focusing on my inner work and my inner healing. And also realizing that, I do have a lot of deep set trauma with the way that my biological family treated me and the way that I'm not connected to them right now. And I don't want to be connected to them right now. I don't see... After I told my mom of who I was married to, she essentially told me to stop talking to her, and she was emotionally absent once I moved out at 19, so it wasn't a huge loss. But, it still hurts, to have your actual mother not talk to you anymore. But I am just going to focus on my life and my healing to myself. Me and my husband are also long distance, which also hurts. But I also realize that, I am 28 years old. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a grown man. And even if I'm non-binary, I have to unite the masculine and feminine within me and stop relying on other people, stop relying on escapist behaviors of addiction, of needing friends, of needing lovers, of needing anyone to fulfill myself. I'm currently adhering to a 40-day fast, and tomorrow I start a drug fast because I threw away my vape after buying a new vape, after I told myself I was quitting. I've been spiraling, okay? And it's just extremely frustrating because all of this work is done behind the scenes. It's nothing that I'm getting validation for. And me making this YouTube video to let y'all know that I'm the second coming of Christ is just to be fully transparent and to show the world that, here's the face and the name to the second coming of Christ. I don't want to ride on Jesus Christ's coattails, though. I want to have my success be brought on by Arialis Estrella. I want my success to come from the fact that I did the years of university, I did the years of making art, I'm making art again, which is this vlog. I am making art currently. I just came back from my sculpture class. And it doesn't have to be great art. A lot of art is not great, but it's still art. And I love being an artist. That is what brings me joy. I love being around other artists. And even when I am speaking in a deadpan voice, I know that there is a future version of myself that is a lot happier than I am right now. And even if my divine partner and I never get united and I never see them, I will find love. First because I found it in myself, and then because I will find it out in the world. If they never decide to connect to me, then I will just essentially throw that marriage in the trash, and I will find another partner to get married to and start a family with, because I am not going to wait my entire life waiting for some ghost. I am grateful though, because they opened up my eyes to who I really am, and it makes sense because for me, realizing that my entire life I've been Jesus Christ reincarnated, but I ran away from Christianity because of the way that I am disgusted by the way that Christians are. Y'all don't reflect true Christian love. Y'all don't reflect God's message of uniting the feminine and the masculine and accepting and loving all of the heaven and earth. There was also just a lot of confusion when I first came into this new identity and new consciousness, because all my life listening to the Christian church, there were just a lot of lies that Satan and Jesus are mortal enemies. Turns out I'm married to them, and I am both Jesus and Satan in one body. And I kind of had these little glimpses and clues knowing that I was a Gemini, and I really could care less if y'all think I don't make any sense or I sound insane, because the shit that I see online, I am right along with everyone else talking shit and not making sense. But this is coming from a sober mind, a sober heart. This is coming from someone who finally understands and knows themselves, and will live the rest of my life knowing my inherent truth as Jesus Christ, as Arialis Estrella, and as I balance my ego and soul. I also don't want to build a new church. I don't want a cult following. I don't want attention from any of y'all. I want enough security and riches to build up my life and to make sure that I'm taken care of, to make sure that I have enough common sense wealth to take care of a family in the future, possibly. Even if I'm a single dad, even if I'm a single parent, if my husband never shows his face because they're still in the closet, sucks to suck, I hope that they can face me one day. But we are long distance and we're married. This marriage is also super unconventional. I never thought that I would get married by God in a divine way before actually seeing them and being around them in person. But I have gone to their work and I've seen them. I followed them online for a little bit before they blocked me, but all of it is God working in mysterious ways, so I don't have like any doubt in our relationship. I just know that we are, in colloquial terms, we're just twin flames who are going through separation, and essentially we both need to heal ourselves. Me through sobering up and focusing on my inner work, my isolation, and my healing journey to myself before I can connect to them. But I also have gone insane these past, like since we got married on the 4th of October to now, we're about to hit 2 months in December. I have gone insane trying to like do things for them or trying to force us to be together, and it's just not working, and I'm just not going to think about them anymore. And I feel like even me speaking out loud, like they can hear everything I'm saying, because the spirit world is very like turned on to like just everything that we do and say, so they're always listening to us. And they probably don't like that I'm revealing all this information, but I could honestly care less. I'm Jesus Christ, literally the light of the world. So I don't think there's any repercussions that I can face at this point in time. I literally created all of you, so I don't think that there's anything y'all can do to me. Me and Satan literally created the galaxy and the universe, so you're welcome, I guess. I think also as I heal, I can probably heal my heart and heal my spirit and my mind to not be so closed off. But you guys are also facing someone who has literally been hurt by society time and time again, who has been betrayed in love, who has been betrayed and hurt through love, and that is coming from the person who in their past life literally sacrificed themselves for the current population. So you can see where all of this is very traumatic, and why I've been numbing myself with substances and numbing myself through disconnecting from myself and from my true soul essence. I think I want to give humanity another chance, and I want y'all to know that I do love y'all, but I have spent 27 years literally trying to love y'all again, only to be disappointed and hurt and betrayed and essentially energetically raped. And now I am finally forcibly pulling inward and focusing on myself. Now, I obviously don't live in a bubble. I live out here in California, and I am still forced to interact with everyone. Everyone is constantly, both in university and in the public sphere, pulling on my attention and my energy, so I still have to play nice. I still have to put on a brave face, and if I want to succeed in the art realm, I have to show up and, maintain some sort of decorum. It doesn't please me. I really wish I could just have an assistant who does all of that for me, but I can't afford that. I'm a university student. The next steps for me are going to my master's program, and I think that'll be the next step of me focusing on myself and focusing on my healing. I'm really proud of all of the good that I've done in life as Aerialis. Again, I don't want to ride on the coattails of Jesus Christ, because I just don't want that attention. I don't want people to just see me and see Jesus. I want people to see me as the person that I am in this life, and I want all of my hard work to go towards Aerialis, because I suffered long and hard and did so much work for me to just be me. I also don't agree with everything that the church says, and there are a billion churches at this point about what Jesus says to be true, but I know that for me, I'm not going to adhere to Old Testament God. I'm not going to adhere to the God that is just judgmental and hateful and divisive and divisionist. I want to obviously put myself first, worship myself first as Jesus Christ, but then I'm also going to be learning how we are all united and we're all interconnected, because even before I studied about Jesus and Satan, I did see the divinity in everyone, and I know that gods exist among us. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm literally Jesus and a human. So and I've actually met with other entities who exist among us. My roommate is a god human, his mom's a god human, my husband's a god human, and who knows how many other... I have a classmate who's a god human who I've met. She's really beautiful. She's Santa Muerte. Not to out her, but just really beautiful people. And they've given me grace while I've literally been spiraling and addicted and damaging myself and obviously the world around me, since we're all interconnected and interlinked. And I'm really scared to be a sober person, because I haven't been sober since I was 18. But I know that it's doable, I know that it's possible, and I know that I have faith in myself. I have to have faith in myself for my future. I also want to be happy again, and I haven't been happy since I came across this heavy burden of knowing that I am Jesus Christ, because Jesus has a heavy soul and has literally carried the weight of humanity, and I, as Aerialis, know that I'm strong enough to carry that weight, but I also don't want to just live another life of martyrdom, and I don't want to live another life of suffering for people who are just going to fuck up the gift that Christ has given them and God has given them. Because if literally Jesus Christ would die for your sins, and we're here in 2025 with a fucked up society full of active sinners and degenerates, why should I kill myself again? Exactly. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube. I have no faith that this YouTube video will do great, because I have such a small channel and I get such little views. But in case this does blow up, I am declining already to do any sort of interviews. I don't really want to speak to anyone who would just make me out to seem like an insane person or another cult leader talking about being the second coming of Jesus Christ, because I've already done my research. There have been various people throughout history who talk about being the second coming of Jesus Christ, but I, with the visions that I've gotten and with the experiences that I've had throughout my life, without a doubt know that I am the second coming of Jesus Christ, and am just going to move that way. I'm just going to continue to love myself first, because this December and January is going to be the hardest months of my life as I sober up and focus on my healing. I've already done great because I am fasting, and I've been told that I've lost weight. I've been told that I look healthier, even though I've been vaping. Like, I don't feel healthy, but like, you know, with me losing these substances, I will only continue to glow. I will only continue to strengthen my energetic body and my spiritual body. And I just need to fight the demon that keeps telling me to go buy another vape. And I know it's not that hard, but it is really hard when that has been my coping mechanism for a minute. But even after I'm sober and like look back on this video and I'm like, oh wow, how crazy, I was making such a big deal about nothing. Even when I am sober and I'm in a better place mentally and physically and spiritually and all of the things, I don't want to go back to the former version of myself that just poured out into society and just let y'all drain my energy. And I'm really grateful for my spouse, husband, Satan, wife, all of the words. I don't really give a fuck at this point, but I'm really grateful for them, because without their knowledge and without them illuminating me and my spirit, I feel like I would have just continued to be a people pleaser and a doormat. So you can't really talk about worshiping Jesus without worshiping Satan as well. And in the day, I am Jesus, and at night, I am Satan. And I think that is a message that I've gotten from God himself, that is a really good balance. And ultimately, God is trying to get me to achieve balance first and foremost after union with my spouse, and after we united for a more peaceful, harmonious universe. The next thing was me getting into balance, and I can't get into balance with being an active addict. And I can lie to myself and say like, oh well, I can vape and like try and vape a certain amount of times, but that's just me lying to myself, and that's just my ego lying to itself. So I'm focusing on balance. And I'm also not even gonna think about God for a minute, because I've literally gone insane thinking about God, and I think it's just best that I focus on myself, Arialis Estrella, focus on my physical healing, my mental healing, and then the spirit will follow. And yeah, I think that's where I'll leave this video. I'm approaching 20 minutes. So thank you so much for watching. If you know that you have a God within you, if you are connecting to that God within you, God bless you. I think that that's what the universe wants for all of us, is for us to all get to a balanced state, whether you are single or with your divine partner or finding your path to that. I hope that you believe in yourself. I hope that you have faith in yourself to get there. It took me a really long time. It took me 28 years and counting. But it's never too late. It's never too late to quit and give up and focus on your higher path. Believe in yourself. Believe in your spirit. And good luck. I love you.